Hey there. Welcome to day 8 of 21 Days of Presence. I'm Adrienne Elise. So, how are you doing? We are entering into this incredibly dynamic time of the next 2 weeks leading up to this June solstice. And it's interesting, the energy today being an 8-day, and 8 has an energy of chaos and creativity and shifting and magic. So it really fits this tunnel of energy that we're moving into. Now, we've been talking about the Jupiter, the sun opposite Jupiter. That's the only real transit we're feeling right now, besides the big ones. So the big ones are the Neptune trine the North Node, dreaming something new and different, trying to break free of our delusions that have been programmed from the Piscean age so that we can try to figure out something new. And then we've got Jupiter square Neptune, and that is an energy of, again, coming up against our delusions around whether or not we can get back on our quest and have meaning in our life and access to creative energy. And so that means the sun is also in square to Neptune. And so we have a mutable T-square going on. And so the sun is bringing this energy for this next few days and week, is this energy of our identity. And so we are looking at who we are. Okay, so the sun's opposite of Jupiter, so it's like a reflection. And a lot of deep feelings, coming up around the life that you maybe thought you wanted and it never worked out, or how the life you have isn't what you thought you wanted, or there's something just big and missing. This is a necessary place that we need to go to in order to use our will to take action and move on that path. So it's not about creating something in this end conditional response of some end form. It's about moving along on a trajectory of expansion and growth and learning and teaching. And this is the energy of Sagittarius. So all of the places in your life that you feel are mundane are going to be bothering you right now, and we all have a lot to deal with in this physical existence just to exist. So, but when you can take just a little bit of time, and take a little bit, maybe an action step towards carving out and using, there's something magical that happens. This 8 energy. We are working along with the universe. This is this figure 8 energy. We take a step, the universe takes a step. And so we're creating, but we part of where all of these light worker souls, indigo souls, have gotten into trouble in past lives is where they have withdrawn their will, because when they acted in the world, they were persecuted, right? And so then they said, okay, I'm just going to be neutral or not act, right? But that creates a whole different set of karmic circumstances where you didn't use your will to act on the situation from that, when our will is in alignment with our highest self. So that's kind of a cool thing. We don't need to know exactly. We get really caught up in needing to know where we're going and what we're trying to do and who we are, but we don't actually need to know that. We need to have our will in alignment with that bigger part of ourselves, that true spiritual part, our true essential self, our highest self. And then we can just kind of put direction, and move in that way. And that brings such a sense of peace into life when you feel like you are on some sort of path moving somewhere, because that's what we're here to do. We are an expression of creative energy. And when we're not tapped into that energy, we're kind of, not doing right by God in a way, and yet we have all this programming that says you don't deserve that, or you have to work really hard first. It doesn't have any value in this world. And yet it's the essence of life, So we've got this sun and our identity. Who are we when we're on our quest, and who are we when we are knocked off our quest? And then what are the delusions and the beliefs that are keeping us in this place of stuckness? And so those are coming up, and it could be an energy of frustration. Now, it's interesting because we've got that whole thing going on around our dreams and trying to figure out what we're doing here and all that. And then we've got this Mars transit starting to happen. Now, this is going to be a really intense time. This is all of next week that we're going to be feeling this stuff, and actually all the way up into this is the energy that's going to lead us into the solstice. And it has to do with Mars coming first, a conjunction with the North Node that's coming up. We're starting to feel that today. And then Mars opposite of Saturn and Pluto. So Mars coming in to have this say about what's going on as we head into the 2020 astrology. And really powerful, because Mars has an energy of action and change. It's the warrior part of ourselves. And so when we have Mars transits like this, especially with Saturn and Pluto, it can feel like, oh, I want to go, right? And then there's these forces that are working against us. So it's pretty interesting energy, because we've got this whole kind of like, I'm trying to dream something new. I'm trying to get back on my quest. I'm trying to give my life meaning. And then these obstacle energies, kind of coming up. And this is going to remind us of what we were going through in that Mars retrograde last summer, or in I think it was July and August, or it was July of 2018. So we'll see what happens here, but it's all about a tunnel where we can go into this portal and come out a cleaner and lighter and more focused person. And so we're uncovering the layers of the onion. So let's go ahead and tap into this energy today of wanting to find our new identity, which is actually our old identity, which is our true identity. There is a part of ourselves that travels with us through lifetimes. And then there's a part of ourselves that we play, a role we play in each lifetime. And that's not who we really are. Right? And so when we can separate these things out, we can really get a sense, and it's like that part of ourselves, the quest, is in alignment with this energy that we've been trying to express over many lifetimes, and the energy of this is like, we are having this opportunity. It's very precious. But it's this coming home. We've been talking about this, so many planets this year at home in their home signs. And Uranus and Taurus is talking about the light workers coming home to the planet and embodying and being here. And then we're coming home to our soul groups, trying to show up in our life. But the real coming home is coming home to our true essential self and being like, oh, okay, so this is like soul retrieval work that's trying to happen right now, bringing back parts of yourself that might be strewn around the universe in different timelines from traumatic things you may have experienced in past lives. So we got to feel that trauma. You got to wake up. You got to feel the pain. You're numb to the pain. You got to wake up. You got to feel the pain so you can move out of this whole painful paradigm, right? And so let's go ahead and tap into this energy today. It's almost like we're still in this kind of suspended, we're not feeling these Mars transits quite yet. And, we're just having this sun opposite Jupiter. It's like a square down or a showdown between the sun and the Jupiter. And that's on center stage. And it's like, okay, are you going to be who you really are? Are you going to keep pretending to be something you're not, to fit into this world, to get you the love you need, to get the care you need, to get the money you need? Fundamental issues, and also around that right to be who you really are with Chiron in Aries. So it's all coming to a head right now. And So it's just an incredibly potent time. But right now we're kind of suspended in this. It's almost like there's an intermission, and then we're going to be like back into the show with all this Mars stuff next week. So go ahead and feel yourself arrive right here, right now, and let's take advantage of this moment of reflection. And what if you could see somebody else show you? This is what happens when our true soulmates, our tight soulmate groups, these groups you've been with since the beginning of time. But a lot of times we incarnate in these karmic groups. We didn't always incarnate with our soul group. We were off in other places doing similar things on the planet. And so when you meet a part of this soul group, which most souls, most low light work or indigo souls do not have they have very few, like one or two, and that would be a lot of soulmates of these types of people in their life, right? Because we're stuck in these karmic relationships that we have to clean up before those other soulmate relationships can show up. But this is the energy of meeting this friend or lover that you have known from the beginning of time. It has that same coming home feeling, and it has this reflection because you guys have experienced so much similar things in your past lives. And so you're reflecting the truth of who you are. That could be the very first time that you ever experienced this, because often our parents can't do this for us. And we are existing in these karmic circles where there isn't that level of soul spiritual recognition available. And so this can be quite an experience and another opportunity for that, or that resonance with that coming home feeling. And so just imagine that here you are, and you are sitting here grounded on Mother Earth, just connected deep into the earth with a root system, just feeling your whole lower part of your body relax and release. And just imagine that there is someone bringing in a screen or a sign, maybe a group of people. These could be your resonant with your highest self, your guides, your soul group. And they see you better than you see yourself. And they have like a banner, or maybe it's a movie screen. They have something to show you, to reflect back who you really are. And so go ahead and just feel yourself just real present right here, right now. And you've been sat down. We have something to show you. We want you to remember who you are. And go ahead and what's on that movie screen. They're moving it in. You're settling in. Lights are going down. And what is the information that can help you see, feel, sense, remember who you really are? There's these gifts and expressions from other lifetimes that have been suppressed. But these people, these souls, these entities, they have your best interest at heart. They want to see you thrive. And they're going to show you what you're missing about who you are and what you've experienced and what you would like to express here. You just got real far away from it, from all of this conditioning and programming and obstacles and control energies. So go ahead and get a sense of this movie. It could be just a feeling. It could be an image, a color, information, words. And go ahead and check in with the area of your heart chakra. Does this resonate? Is there a part of you that remembers this? And go ahead and receive an energetic wave to reset to this feeling that you're not sure exactly even what it is, but this feeling of really living and excitement for life and for your projects and your expression of these gifts you've worked on for many, many evolutions. Just get a sense of that and receive that energetic wave to reset all of your bodies to that vibrational frequency. There's a deep peace here and a coming home feeling. And feel the encouragement of this highest self and your guides and soul group to come back into the ring of life, to come back into the action, come back into this feeling of really living. There's a sense of confidence that wasn't there before, a sense of knowing even if you don't know, a feeling. And go ahead and see that movie out in front of you and imagine that you can just walk right in that movie with these amazing souls and guides and your highest self celebrating you, encouraging you. Often in this world, when you want to truly express yourself creatively or innovatively, you get shut down. But this energy wants to lift you up, support you, and celebrate how awesome your life would be for you and everyone else if you were really living. So just allow yourself to be in the space of upliftment, support, true support, and rest there, coming home to your true self. Everything we're doing here is about this. And just feel what it feels like to be surrounded by support and encouragement. Connected to Mother Earth. At peace and at home. With yourself. Just go ahead and enjoy this piece for as long as you would like and know that it's here for you. Bring it into your everyday life. And when you're ready, go ahead and complete your meditation. Well, thank you so much for joining me for day 8, 21 days of presence. We're into our second week, entering into the tunnel, the portal of shifting energies for leading up to this June solstice. So I'm glad we're in it together. And I look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 9. So until then, I'm Adrienne Elise. Namaste.